Guys, we're getting set up. I've got Lauren here helping me out a little bit tonight. Me and Jared have been kicking butt all week getting all of these Record Store Day releases ready for you at Culture Shock for Record Store Day Drop 2 happening this Saturday, July 17th, and we're doing special hours also. Culture Shock's going to be open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We have all kinds of other specials and deals going on too on our used records. But I know you really want to hear about the Record Store Day releases. And I'm going to just kind of mention this because I know we have a lot of new people getting into vinyl this year and possibly some new people or out-of-towners who this might be their first time coming to Record Store Day at Culture Shock. So I want to give you a little rundown of what to expect, how to get here, and where you're going to find all the records. And we're going to also talk really quick about, we're going to be very informative Record Store Day rundown, but we're going to let you know how many of each release we got. So I know a lot of you like to strategize and plan which one's going to be the top on your list in case something is already sold out, or maybe if you want to go through the line twice and get some extra things. That's cool. I do want to mention a couple of the freebies too. We have a handful of the Record Store Day posters. Always sick artwork from them. Dogfish Head endorsed Record Store Day poster. Those are free with any Record Store Day purchase. We also have some B-sides. Nashville, Tennessee from Oh Boy Records gave us some tote bags. There's some John Prine releases and stuff too, I know, coming through that label. I guess I'll mention too, we're doing this kind of fun special thing. We put together some mystery bags, and it's a true mystery. We pulled from multiple different crates to get these for you. There's one brand new record and 5 various used records, all for $15. So we have a limited few boxes of those available for Record Store Day 2. Our used records are going to be buy one, get one half price. But the Record Store Day releases is what a lot of you are probably getting here first thing for. You're welcome to get here as early as you want. Obviously, I can't suggest when to get here, but you'll see how many we have of some of these releases. So if you get here early, you can line up going out towards the creek here on the south side of the building. And we're going to have some tents and stuff set up outside as well. And then we're going to let about 10 to 12 people in at a time to keep it nice, even flow, nice and organized, easy to find the records you want. With the Record Store Day releases, we have these little tags on every record, this little purplish Culture Shock tag that says RSD 21. So you'll know those are the Drop 2 releases, really easy, and they'll all be alphabetized, and we'll have extra staff helping you find what you need. So it'll be a really great fun day. A lot of cool releases. I'm just going to kind of go over mostly the quantities we have of each and just a little bit about each release because there are so many great releases. Several things we got a lot of, but as the luck of the draw, some of these are only limited to either 500 or up to 5,000 copies. So some stores may not have gotten any, and there's several that we only got like 1 to 3 copies of. We can't hold these. This is first come, first serve. But anything we just still have available at 6 p.m. that night will be on our website at cultureshockshop.com. That's where you can find out all the releases that we'll have available still, and there's more info on each record also at recordstoreday.com. Kudos to those guys for always pulling together a great list. I mean, I'm geeking out. There is like so many records that I'm going to try to still get for myself. After you get through the line, of course, I'll let you have first dibs on most of them anyway. But besides the records, there are a few other kind of odd little things that I'm going to talk about. There's some 3-inch records, cassettes, CDs, and 7-inch, but not very many. So we'll hit those first, and then we're going to go. Everything will be lined up in one nice big long buffet of amazing records, all alphabetized with soundtracks and compilations at the very end. So it'll be very easy to find what you need. At the beginning, though, you'll find this year's 3-inch record release, Beat on the Brat from Weird Al Yankovic, and this goes with those little 3-inch record players. So a really cool new 3-inch release. Anthrax was supposed to have some out, but they're actually coming out Friday. We will also have the 4-pack of Anthrax records, too. The cassette, oh yeah, there's little Anthrax ones, too. Those aren't Record Store Day, technically, but new 3-inch release. Pearl Jam has this Alive 12-inch coming out, but they're also doing the cassette. I forgot to mention we have 8 of the Weird Al, 8 of the Pearl Jam, 10 of the Pearl Jam cassette, actually. So it's an Alive EP. It's the 30th anniversary of that. A couple of 7-inch box sets. This is the Funk 71 from Soul Jazz Records and the Studio One Skyfire. I think this is 5 records, 7-inch box set, some funk, some soul. I forgot to mention the CD. This is also coming out on vinyl. Well, here, Lauren's handing me this little baby 3-inch record player. So this has a little dust cover that comes with it with built-in speakers. So we do have the record players available for sale too. It's got a built-in speaker, or you can run it out to, regular powered speaker or your stereo. But these little 3-inch records, which we have some from previous Record Store Days, are designed to only be played on these 3-inch record players. Thank you. That's the Crosley the RSD Mini 3. I will mention we have this on vinyl too, the vinyl box set. This is an unreleased live set, 39 tracks. Oh, this is even numbered. The CD from John Prine recorded live. 1975, 39 songs on 2 CDs. This is a solo acoustic show. You can see on the back here, foil numbered on the CD, even the vinyl is as well. Just heard that he had played back in the day here at the Coronado in Rockford, and I missed that. That was many years ago. Okay, a little picture 7-inch. This is Denzel Curry and Robert Glasper, great hip-hop artist working with a great kind of new age jazz artist kind of. So it's a little picture 7-inch. We got 2 of those. Some of these, like I said, are quite limited. Humdinger from the Dirty Knobs, 1 of those 7 inches. Fleet Foxes, 2 of those. We did get a couple more things that were actually out on Drop 1 that came out in June. Everything got delayed. Record Store Day, if you're wondering, usually is in April. Everything got delayed this year. We ended up getting a few more of the Haim Taylor Swift 7-inch. That was technically from Drop 1, but those are in here. Karen O and Willie Nelson, Under Pressure. Only 3 of those. So many good releases here. Shut up. St. Vincent. This is her doing Piggy and Sad But True. It's a embossed jacket. This is her covering 9 Inch Nails and Metallica. Such an amazing artist. I've got 3 of those here for you. Moving on to the LPs now. There's no 10-inch on this drop either. The Alcatraz release, Born Innocent, we have 1 of those. Oh, I have to mention a quick story on this. I should have wrote down the numbers on each. I don't have to count them as I go. We have 13 of this. This is the Allman Brothers Band. This is their final live recording with Duane Allman. This is called The Final Note, live at Owings Mill, Maryland in '71. This is limited and numbered. Yes, they numbered them, and it's on black and white swirl vinyl. What's really amazing, I was actually on 96.7, shout out to our DJ, local DJ, rock DJ, Double T. There was a rock reporter at the show to interview the band. He had a brand new tape recorder. He hadn't used it yet, and he was there to see the show. He actually turned it on and started recording in the middle of the show and recorded most of the set just to make sure his tape recorder was working. He was screwing around with it. And then interviewed the band afterwards, and then of course Duane Allman passed away. This was his final show with them, and 50 years later almost, either him or someone in his family found that tape recording. So this had never been released. This just all happened last year. So this is the first time this is getting released, so it's a very monumental recording. Such a cool story about how that happened, and he somehow reached out to the Allman Brothers family and got it released now. Oh, it's numbered on the front, which is really odd. So there's gold letter numbering on the front for that release. But we have quite a few of those. Really interesting story on that. John Anderson, this is, I believe, like a high quality Cherry Red Records did like an audiophile pressing of this. I will have to start making some notes too. I don't remember if this one's on color vinyl. It might not be, but I have to mention there's several recordings that are coming out on color vinyl that there is no hype sticker or note that it was on color vinyl. Maybe they didn't do that because they weren't sure if it was going to get done on color or not and didn't have the stickers ready because of pressing problems. But some things won't. So I'll try to mention everything that is color vinyl if it doesn't say up here if it is. 2 of the John Anderson. Fred Armisen, who's the Record Store Day ambassador, we only got 1 of his 12-inch. And this is produced by Ty Segall. So a very interesting note on that one too. Bad Asmo 3, we have, just 1 of that one. Bad Omens, this is Bad Omens Live and Unplugged. We have 2 of those. And actually, here's one I was just mentioning. So, the hype sticker on the Beastie Boys, Aglio e Olio, is on clear vinyl. It's totally see-through vinyl, but the little sticker in the info doesn't tell you that it's clear vinyl. This is their 95, like a punk album, hardcore punk album. They did some punk stuff at the very beginning of their career before they were rapping. So this is actually like after Ill Communication, stuff like that. So it's like a really nice studio recording. But this is like been a hard to find punk rock album from them for many years. Very cool. Very cool that that's finally getting officially released. I've seen some bootlegs of it over the years. Quite a few of those, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 of those. Matt Bellamy, Cryo Sleep, only 1 of those. Born Ruffians, Squeeze on red vinyl, only 1 of those. I do want to mention too, although there's a decent amount of 90s stuff coming out on this drop, there is a ton of great hip hop and great jazz. There's some really amazing quality audiophile jazz too. Like this one, this is the Roy Brooks Understanding, and this is a triple LP, high quality master by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. from the original tape. So this is a full analog recording, and this is a triple LP, Roy Brooks. Nice heavy. We have 2 of those. It's the 10-year anniversary of the Bush Sea of Memories, and that is color vinyl as well, blue and white vinyl. Only one. Canned Heat. I'm going to do this so I can see it. This is Canned Heat, Livin' the Blues. Obviously, a lot of reference to thinking about Woodstock when they played that and hearing songs on the Woodstock soundtrack. This is on pink and yellow vinyl. I love when it kind of matches the record jacket as well, kind of that psychedelic coloring. This is their '69 album, which has Going Up the Country, of course, which was used in the Woodstock film. And it is on double LP color vinyl. We have 4 of those. I'm going to move a little quicker here. This is The Clash, If Music Could Talk. So this has music from Sandista on it and interviews with The Clash. So it's a double LP. Yeah, I don't believe it is on color vinyl. But it is Record Store Day exclusive. So double LP from The Clash, 2 of those. Another really cool jazz piece too. Definitely in need of getting released. Because I think it was a 90s one. 94 is when this came out. Consenting Adults might not have been on vinyl. Yeah, see, I like when they tell you. It's the first time on vinyl. So if you're wondering, hey, if you see that and you're like, did I ever get this? I don't remember if I have it. Well, now you know you don't, because this is the first time it's ever been out on vinyl. 180 gram double LP audiophile vinyl. 2 of those. A hardcore friggin' classic, Cro-Mags, The Age of Quarrel on red splatter vinyl. Oh, you recognize a little t-shirt there? Oh, some Cro-Mags. We have 5 of those. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. This is part of the alternate series that have been coming out. I know they did some with Fleetwood Mac and The Doors. So these are the alternate, or maybe the band's versions of the recordings from Deja Vu. This is a limited piece as well. The alternate versions, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. We have 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. I love this one too. This has been one really needing to be on vinyl. This would be one of my big picks from this list, probably. Wild Mood Swings. Maybe not my favorite Cure album, but if you don't compare it to all their other albums, it's still a great album. Double LP picture disc. And I like how the picture disc still has a jacket, although it's kind of cut out to show off the picture disc, and it lines up with the artwork on the outside. There is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. Oh, you know what? I got a few more on the side. We're still actually putting out some inventory, so we probably have, looks like 15 of the Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Here's another cool hip-hop piece. This is Czarface, Czar Noir, and this is with Inspected Deck, 7L, and Esoteric. This is kind of their super group. These guys are like comic book villain rappers. They're so cool. It's definitely somewhere between MF Doom and Wu-Tang Clan, but I love that it comes with play the record, read the story, like those old school kids storybook records. So it's got a comic book that goes along with the action of the songs and things like that. Really cool throwback record looking there. That's the new one from Czarface. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. This is, I don't know much about this one. This is Dave Davies doing Bug on color vinyl. So there's so many releases coming out. I'm still catching up, wrapping my brain around some of them. Plus some of these we actually had to order with the first drop. So these got ordered several months ago to make sure everyone could get them out on time. 2 LP color vinyl on the Dave Davies. I know a lot of people looking for this one. This is the Rare Miles from the Jack Johnson sessions. Probably one of my favorite, just a great, it's actually a rock and jazz album. It's a jazz fusion rock album, really. This is the alternates and rarities from that, featuring the full cast that had played with Miles during that time. It's called Champions, and it is on color yellow vinyl. Miles Davis Champions, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. Ani DeFranco, going back to a really early album, 30th anniversary of her debut album. One of those, it's yellow and black splatter color vinyl. Here's another really cool kind of a funk, fusion, R&B, soul, hip-hop mixture group called Dinner Party, and this features Snoop Dogg and Herbie Hancock and Buddy, but this is Robert Glasper with Ninth Wonder and Kamasi Washington, who I first kind of knew from him playing horn on some Kendrick Lamar albums. Really cool compilation of artists putting together this super group called Dinner Party. 3 of those. A continuation on some of the Dio picture discs that have been coming out. This is the new one, Angry Machines. For this record store day, we have 2 of those. 12-inch of some older Dio songs. Dose, this is like an older Kill Rock Stars, which was kind of like a Northwest kind of punk label that did a lot of punk and alternative music. 25-year anniversary on color vinyl. A lot of these are all from the original source tapes, so I'd love to hear that. Dr. John the Night Tripper. This folds out like a triple gatefold. I think it is a triple LP also. Yeah, it is a triple LP. Only one of those. This is a Bob Dylan, kind of like an EP. It's got Joker Man, great track, and I. You've got the reggae mix and the dub mix of both of those. So it's like an EP, remixed by Dr. Dread. We have 4 of the Bob Dylan. This is one of the strangest releases on here, I'll have to say. The Elephant Orchestra. This is the Thai Elephant Orchestra. We just put it under, it should be down in the T's actually, under Thai Elephant Orchestra. So I want to move it. I put it under Elephant Orchestra. But this is actually trained elephants using instruments, cymbals, sticks, all sorts of other weird instruments that were made for the elephants to use. And they were taught how to play music and then recorded by Dave Soldier and Richard Lair, who worked with these elephants for many years. What a bizarre release. I'd love to hear something from that. This is a really cool one. This is actually a compilation. We stuck it down here under Roky Erickson, under the E's for Roky Erickson of the 13th Floor Elevators. This is a tribute to him. What's really cool though is we're seeing some of his songs from his albums and 13th Floor Elevators being covered by the likes of Jeff Tweedy, Margot Price, Gary Clark Jr., Ty Segall, the Black Angels, Lucinda Williams, Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top. He was a Texas artist who had played with ZZ Top earlier on too with the band 13th Floor Elevators. Super cool release. 6,000 copies, 16-page booklet. It is on color vinyl. I want to check before I mention that. Yes, hon? Only one of that one. Yeah. On the Roky Erickson, 2, 4, 6 of those. Next up, Evanescence. This is from Kraft Records, 15th anniversary edition of The Open Door. We have 3 of those. And then the last one back here in the E's, Earth Gang, Strays with Rabies. I first heard about them. I know they were kind of working, I think, on a label with some other hip-hop artists. On color vinyl as well. Only 1,500 copies. We have 3 of those. Do you want me to move down this way, Lauren? Or stay here?
You stay right where you are.
Okay. Here's another great jazz one. Some of the previous Bill Evans releases were snatched up very quickly, which I assume this one will be too. This is also numbered of 5,000, strange number, 5,950. Each one is hand numbered. This is a triple LP of Bill Evans. It's called Behind the Dikes. This is him playing live in the Netherlands. And there are 4 of those. What label is putting those out again? Elemental Music. Definitely some good jazz stuff. Fallujah, this metal band, 1 of those. It's a wide range of punk, metal, jazz, hip-hop, some great stuff. I love this too. This is a really crazy packaging. This is Fear the Record, great American punk rock band. I forgot the year this came out. I don't know. I'm going to say like 79 or something. I forgot. But Fear the Record, classic punk rock album. This is on splatter color vinyl, and it comes with 'Tis the Season to Give, the Christmas 7-inch that they did, and the stencil inside, probably the Fear stencil, so you could spray paint that all over your room. We have 2, 4, I think we have 5 of them. There's 4 out here. I think I have 1 over here. K-Flay, we have 2 of this. Talking about bringing back some 90s and stuff. This is her doing Self-Esteem, Offspring, Brain Stew from Green Day, and Break Stuff from Limp Bizkit. B-side just says Hello from the Studio. I'm not sure what it's on the B-side. That's a cool little EP from her. One of those, the Blue Ridge Rangers, featuring John Fogerty. We just put this under Fogerty. We have 1 of those. It is on blue vinyl. I love when things match up since it's the Blue Ridge Rangers. We put this under Foo Fighters, even though it's coming out as the DGs. So this is the Foo Fighters, I don't know, what do you want to call it? What do you call when a band does an impersonation or a gimmick thing? So this is them doing music in the style of the Bee Gees, but it is the Foo Fighters. And then on the B side, I believe we have some music. This was the most recent announcement, so if you saw the original Record Store Day list, this wasn't on there. This was like a surprise release that just came out a couple weeks ago. They announced it. So it's on a holographic jacket. Foo Fighters is on the B side, and then this is them. They're calling the album Hail Satin. They're dressed all in satin, I'm sure, suits, doing Bee Gees sounding music. We have 15 of those. Oh Me, Oh My, Aretha Franklin, live in Philly, 1972, 10,000 copies. This is a first time on vinyl for a 2003 Vault Discovery, orange and yellow vinyl. So this had never gotten released on vinyl. This was lost in the vault. Great era for Miss Aretha Franklin. We have 8 of those. Ruth Ann Friedman, we have her Hurried Life. This is lost recordings from 65 to 71. There is one of those on the Tompkins Square release, who's done a lot of great folk and stuff like that. From First to Last, limited edition color vinyl, Dear Diary. This is Sonny was First to Last. Sonny. This is Sonny when he was in From First to Last hardcore band. Then he went on to be what's the dubsteppers? I can't draw on a blank. But anyway, 2 of those. Fun Lovin' Criminals thing. We have 2 of those. That's an EP. Future, Evil, limited edition color vinyl. We have 2 of those. I'm making sure I'm not leaving anything in between here. Rory Gallagher, this is the second part now of his Cleveland live recordings. There was drop 1, I think had the first one, or maybe it was last year. So this is part 2. We have 2 of those. Bobby Gentry, this is her Lost to Jazz album, I guess. Probably had a lot of stuff that had never been released. Only 1 of those. God Forbid, a great metal band. 20th anniversary of this album. And I do believe it is on color vinyl. I'll have to double check on that one. There's no hype sticker telling me so. That's Determination. We have 3 of those. Green Jelly. Oh, only 1 of the Green Jelly. That is 333 from Green Jelly. See, a lot of these are only singles. This is Gun Club, The Birth. An 83 live recording on red vinyl. 1 of those. Sammy Hagar and the Circle doing heavy metal live picture disc. 1 of those. Voices from Daryl Hall and Oates. We have, this is from, I forgot what label put this out. It is a Sony one, but it is on color vinyl. It's clear vinyl. We have 3 of those. And I like how they did kind of like this little obi strip, they call it. So this little strip comes off. That just kind of gives you the information. So there's no sticker to peel. And that'll actually just slide right off, or you can keep it in the jacket with your record. So I really like that. So you can keep that. It gives you a little info, but it doesn't ruin the artwork of the original album, which, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the album goes this way, even though the opening's up here? Or do you go this way? Because I think it's supposed to go this way, like most albums do with the spline on the left. But I know in the record rack, a lot of people like to turn it that way. The OCD in them just has to turn it up. But I think that's the way it's supposed to be. What do you think? Tell me. 3 of those. Another great jazz piece. This is Roy Hargrove. This is a double LP, also numbered, from Resonance Records. Some great audiophile pressings. This is his first release in 12 years. 7,000 hand-numbered copies, pressed at RTI. With an essay and interviews from Sonny Rollins, Christian McBride, and Common, and Ron Carter. Just a really, really great piece of soul and jazz there. We have double LPs on those. Those are 4 of those. Ooh, here's another release I'd be after too. Hawkwind, recorded live at the Roundhouse, 1972. This is actually kind of funny because, well, this is just far out. This is definitely a band who must have enjoyed some substances or something to make this kind of crazy music. They had such a following. Their live show was crazy. Lemmy was still in the band playing bass. You definitely hear this droning heaviness that he brought to the band that he later brought to Motorhead, of course. But this is like a psychedelic jam band. This is like everything you would see from Black Sabbath and Grateful Dead, throw in some Stooges or something like that. And they have electronics and synthesizers too, which was very odd in 1972, and the show actually got shut down for a little bit because the stagehands or the union wasn't getting paid for the show. So they shut their power off, and then they shut the power back on. Some of their synthesizers and tube amps and stuff were screwed up, so they kind of apologized and just started going off and making noise anyway in the middle of the show. It's a crazy live experimental jam from them, and there is some extras they added. This did get released originally once, but they added some bonus tracks from Master of the Universe and Born to Go. There's also a great live song of Silver Machine. If you haven't heard Hawkwind live, definitely a good one to check out. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. Mayor Hawthorne Impressions. We've got one of those. I'm just going to move quick on some of these just to kind of show off what we've got. You can skip forward if you need to see which ones you want to see. These are Head PE, and I believe that's on color vinyl too. Hot Tuna. This is a Friday music release, I believe. And I think color vinyl too, but there's no hype sticker telling us, but Friday Music does kind of more of an audiophile kind of pressing. Hot Tuna, America's Choice. We have two of those. John Hurlbut and Jorma Cowan. Members of like Jefferson Airplane, Splatter, color vinyl. This is also volume 2. Volume 1 had gotten released on an earlier record store day. Again, it's got that cool little like obi strip that is removable to not inhibit the artwork. The infamous String Dusters, Undercover. I like how it's under the hood of the truck there, whatever, with all the instruments. One of those. I don't know what to say about this one or how to tell you what it is if you haven't heard it yet. This is the Suite for Ma Duke, they call it. This is presented by a famous kind of like a conductor, an orchestra conductor. But this has a 60-piece orchestra of a great live setup, a live tribute to Jay Dilla. I know some people slept or didn't know this is actually 3 different volumes of this. The first 2, which we still have available, came out on Drop 1. I'm just going to throw it under Jay Dilla. But this is a very epic, emotional tribute to Jay Dilla with a huge orchestra, so anybody who's into neoclassical and hip-hop and everything else, and jazz, of course, there's a really cool mix of this huge jazzy orchestra playing tribute and playing some of the music that he had produced and put together as one of the greatest hip-hop producers and DJs and beat rhymers of all time. So we have 4 of that one. This is the final presentation of that. So we still have the other 2 available if you need them. Get them while they last. We only have a couple left. Willie Jones right now. This is a newer country guy, I believe, and it's on Galaxy Color Vinyl, whatever that might be to you. There's only one of those, and there's 1,500 copies. Some old school hip hop, bringing back those beatboxes, bringing back all those old school Fila and boom boxes. This is Justice with DMX, the original human beatbox. This is the original DMX, that is. He was the human beatbox though, so this is some old school hip hop. Really cool release. 2 of those. This is a hot one too. This is a very hot artist. I think a lot of you probably know him already. If not, this is Jaden. It's going as JXDN. And calling it Angels and Demons. So this is actually a cover of Angels and Airwaves song, and I think he's maybe even working, or it's at least written by Travis Barker, if not working with Travis Barker. And then Driver's License, the Olivia Rodrigo song on the B-side. I think this is going to be a very hot up-and-coming one too, so get that one if you need it. We have only 6 of those. Kian, Dirt, we only have 1 of those. Let me keep rolling here. This is King's X. This is another one I've been really excited to see coming out on vinyl. They're numbered. I know it's a very low number. This is number 50 of 2,500, pink vinyl. This is a very overlooked 90s band. They were kind of like I don't know. They're not metal, really. They're kind of metal, alt-rock, whatever, prog rock in some ways, but we have Manic Moonlight and Tapehead. Looks like we have 10 of this one and 6 of the other one, Manic Moonlight. Each one is on color vinyl. It's a band that really got overlooked, and they fall somewhere between, I don't even know what, In Living Color and then like, I don't know, some other grunge bands and stuff like that. Just such a cool band. And a very overlooked one, I think, too. Another cool jazz piece. This is live at Ronnie Scott's. This is Roland Kirk in '63. This man was incredibly crazy musician. He had such great talent, crazy talent, I should say. He could play like 4 different horns at once, had them all tuned just a way where he could get them. He'd wear them around his neck and just play them as like he's a whole band almost. The man was amazing jazz artist. We have 2 of those. Lamb of God, As the Palaces Burn from Kraft Records on color vinyl. We have 4 of those. Peggy Lee. These are, I think these were some broadcast recordings from '55 that might have gotten lost. So really cool to see them bringing them out and releasing these. Orgy Music has done a lot of audiophile stuff. This is on color vinyl. This is a Record Store Day exclusive. We have 3 of those. Just a great jazz singer. The Lillingtons Back Channel Broadcast. 1 of those here. Here's another one from that Resonance label doing a lot of really cool audiophile jazz. Charles Lloyd, The Manhattan Stories. Whoa, look at those players. Pete LaRocca. Great. He only had a couple releases on Blue Note Records. Loved him, though. And Ron Carter and Gaber Szabo. Just a really cool lineup there. Live in 65, Charles Lloyd. Double LP, we have 5 of those. Love, Everybody's Gotta Live. First time on, 5 bonus tracks for the first time on vinyl, 2,500 copies. Doesn't say if it's on color vinyl, but there you go. We only have 1 though. Some really cool releases, some kind of deeper catalog stuff too. April, March. This is Incinerama. We have 2 of those. Frank Marino, another follow-up to this is the Volume 2 Live. 1 of those. Whew. Some good stuff. This, I think, did originally get released on vinyl. This has to be 90s. Yeah, 98. John Martin, The Church with One Bell. Really great English folk artist. Oh my God. I got to find out the story on this because Glory Box, which was like, what was that, like Portishead, I think covered that or something. Man, such a good album. It's kind of bluesy, kind of folky, just kind of cool. From Kraft Records, also great recordings. 6 of those. What's next? M still? Okay, Curtis Mayfield. Let me just mention, I guess we're going to do a quick halfway thing. I'm about halfway through. I just want to mention to people, like, Record Store Day is happening this Saturday at Culture Shock. We are doing the Record Store Day rundown, just giving you a quick peek of some of the records that we're going to have available and talking about our sales going on, our buy one, get one half price used records. We're doing mystery bags. We're giving away some freebies, some free posters and tote bags to the first Record Store Day purchases. Record Store Day has been doing this for many years now, probably 13 years now, and these releases are only available to independent record stores. So we appreciate that group working hard to get all these bands releases and to help keep stores like this afloat, all the mom and pop and independent record stores who support live music, independent music, and all music in general. That's our community, that's our mainstay, even though we have lots of local vendors and lots of other things in our store. Definitely cool to see that this music event happens to get people into our store. I'm just going to kind of mention some of the releases we have. I'm about halfway through, and we're going to wrap up at the end with some soundtracks and compilations. This is a compilation too, but we just put it with the regular artists because it's all Curtis Mayfield music. You're seeing Phil Collins, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Elton John, so many people covering all this tribute to Curtis Mayfield, and it is on color vinyl, double LP. I have 2 of those here. Christian McBride Trio out here, also another numbered release. There is numbering on the back of this one. Not all are numbered. 2 of those. Whew. God, there's some good records here. Everyone I'm just freaking out about. Okay, KMD. I hope you know who this is. Maybe you don't. If anyone is a fan of MF Doom, which I kind of mentioned earlier, this was his first group. He was actually in this 90s group before he went on to become MF Doom. He took a few years off. He got disillusioned with the music industry. He came back with a crazy background and kind of wore a mask all the time and hid his identity. But sadly, his brother died after they released their first album, and he had a lot of problems, and the artist or the label didn't want to release their second album. Black B words there, B-A-S-T word, I won't say it. But they didn't want to release that, had a lot of problems. He was disillusioned with the music industry. But this is really the beginning, the roots of MF Doom, and a lot of just great. This is almost more of like a posy hip-hop. It's got that early 90s vibe, like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, stuff like that. You see them going into that New York sound that some of the early Wu-Tang Clan had. But this is a must-have for any hip-hop fan or fan of MF Doom. They're actually releasing both of the albums on vinyl for the first time in a long time. Mr. Hood, that's a 30th anniversary, and then their second album as well. We just put it here under MF Doom, even though it was called KMD at the time. That was their only 2 releases that I know of, actually, and then many years later, MF Doom came out with solo stuff. We should tell you, I guess, real quick, we have 5 of their first one and 9 of the second one. Joey Mullen, Be True to Yourself, produced by Mark Hudson. This is on color vinyl also. 1 of those. This is another Friday music release now. I'll just show off because there's 3 different ones here. This is the Monkees' Missing Links, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Friday music, these are surprise color vinyl. It doesn't tell you what color you're getting, but Friday music is known for great recordings and high quality vinyl. And these do feature, I mean, there's a lot of stories about who actually played for the Monkees, but it supposedly features all of the original members. I won't get into that, but these are some missing links and missing recordings from the Monkees. There's 3 different volumes. Collect them all if you can. There's only 2 of each volume, though. That's all we got. Kip Moore, live from Grimey's Nashville. I hope to go check out Grimey soon when I'm down in Nashville. We got 2 of that one. R. Stevie Moore on speckled vinyl on Earth, or Stevie R. Moore's curated collection. So 1 of those. Vitamin String Quartet doing the music of My Chemical Romance on color vinyl as well. 2 of those. LMNO. Okay. Willie Nelson, American Outlaw. This is also an all-star concert that was recorded 2019, and you see people like Margot Price, Steve Earles, Chris Stapleton, Nathaniel Rateliff. So many great artists playing Willie Nelson's music. Randy Newman, only 1 of those. Also, only 1 of Randy Newman, Roll with the Punches. This is his 79 to 2017 box set. I think, I'm just going to guess that there's like 8 records in that box set. We have 1 of those. OP. Okay, Sinead O'Connor, live in Amsterdam, 1990. We have 2 of those. The Party Next Door. This is another some very rare kind of R&B and hip-hop and stuff like that. This is their first 4 albums in a box set. I believe they have either worked with or just maybe toured with or did some stuff with Drake as well. You can definitely hear that kind of sound going on with it. Some very hard to get stuff. Finally getting released in a box set. I should also say very expensive, I believe, if you can find the original pressings of it. We have 5 of those box sets, and what else is in here? Is there another box set? I thought there was. Okay, so, we did the Randy Newman one. And the Johnny Paycheck Uncovered First Recordings, 1 of those. Whew! Here's probably one of the biggest ones coming up next. This is the Pearl Jam, a live EP, 30th anniversary, and you have 3 other songs besides the Alive single version, and the etching on the B-side of the Stickman. So I love that they did the EP but didn't stretch it out on 2 sides of the record, making it annoying to only play 1 or 2 songs at a time. And this does have I've Got a Feeling, which is their Beatles cover. We have a lot of that one. I think we have 42. So we have quite a few, but I know they'll probably still be gone very soon, even though there's that many. It's all we could get of that. Ann Peebles, a very rare soul piece from her. This is pretty early on, too, in her career, I believe. This is a 74 release. It's been very hard to get. And we only have 3 of those. Fat Possum Records released that one. Pink Floyd, I forgot the story on this. I forgot what the heck this even is. Pink Floyd. Piano, Forte Brunzo Netto. What language is that in? This is like a European band. I forgot if they're doing like jazz versions of Pink Floyd or something like that. I forgot. It might be jazz or even some other. Maybe it's all just piano tribute to Pink Floyd. But anyway, a strange release. I should hope that somebody's gonna find out what that is. Polish. Thank you so much. That is a Polish group doing some Pink Floyd. Oh wow. Interesting releases here. John Prine, I love this one. I wish I could have this one just for the cover. We only have 1 of them though. This is Stay Independent, the Oh Boy Years compilation, and this is a first time ever on vinyl for that too. That is a 1 release. This is Kiss My Ass Goodbye, a John Prine tribute, and this actually benefits the Nashville Rescue Mission, which helps a lot of people in need in Nashville, and of course a lot of musicians and other people there too. Only 1 of those. This one, though, it looks like we got 8 of them, and these are numbered, I believe. There's 12,500. This is that John Prine live. Oh, yeah, they are. Gold foil numbering on the back there. Number 2,889. This is his live recording from 75. 4-record set of some of his best music. I'll bet that's amazing. That had never been released either. So it's unreleased. His solo acoustic show just stripped right down to John Prine recording. Ooh, there's a couple hidden behind here too. So we have 8 of those. The Richard Pryor debut album. Cool comedy piece here. That is a picture disc, 1 of those. I love this little detail too from this. I'm just going to say they're called Paris, which I believe they are. P-V-R-I-S. Paris. This is Use Me with the bonus track from their acclaimed album, Use Me. Record Store Day exclusive, but everybody who remembers buying CDs and trying to peel that top of that sticker off and stick it on things, I love that sticker, that fake sticker stuck on there like it's from a CD. It just reminds me of my lamp. I wrapped the whole lamp in stickers every time I bought CDs and media play when I was a kid. All right, Live and Kick and Susie Quattro 2LP white vinyl. We have 2 of those. Here's another really cool one too. Queen and Adam Lambert, Live Around the World. So this is live music from around the world that they have done over the last few years. And there is a pink 7-inch record, Freddie Mercury, Love Me Like There's No Tomorrow, Record Store Day exclusive. Very cool package that you get the LP and the 7-inch together with that. Oops, I'm not supposed to mention quantities. We have 6 of those. Ramones, this is really cool too, that it's just a single LP. Oh, gold foil number. This is their Triple J Live at the Wireless Capitol Theatre in Sydney, Australia in 1980. Great year for the Ramones. You're going to hear music from their first 3 or 4 albums, and it's just one album of just all their kick-ass jams going right through the line there. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of those. Toby Red in the Light, red vinyl. Only 1,200 copies, we only got 1 of those. Lou Reed, the Twilight Reeling. This is first time in over 20 years on vinyl. I've never ever found a copy of this on vinyl, so this is the first time I'm ever seeing this. Limited edition of 9,000 copies with an etching on the last side of the second record. We have the Twilight Reeling from Lou Reed, 3 of those. The Rolling Stones Hot Rocks, double LP, one of the best compilations that the Rolling Stones ever put out. I love how this also has a little obi strip that comes off. This is a double LP on yellow vinyl, and it has a lithograph artwork also, so you can hang that up or do something with the artwork inside. Oh, it's also, I should mention, obviously important, and another reason we're buying these things on vinyl, there's some crappy sounding versions of this on CD and crappy streaming for sure. The vinyl sounds great. I think original vinyl sounds pretty good. I'd be interested to hear this though. It's newly remastered, and they did some pretty high quality mastering on a lot of these records to get them sounding as good as possible. So it probably sounds awesome. We have only 5 of those. Royce 5.9 on gold vinyl. Royce the 5.9. Oh yeah, this is the Allegory. 1 of those. Saigon. You see him working with Jay-Z, Faith Evans, Bun B, Swiss Beats. This is also produced with production from Kanye West and Just Blaze. One of the holy grails of hip-hop. We only have 1 of that. Shintaro Sakimoto, 1 of those. The Michael Shankar Group, 2LP red vinyl, live 1980. We have 2 of those. The Selector, wow, only 1. 40th Anniversary, live in 79. 1 of those, like an audiophile pressing as well. Sisters of Mercy, I like that this is on some dark, smoky color vinyl, just like the dark and smoky band that Sisters of Mercy were. Kind of gothy band. This is the BBZ Sessions 82 to 84. 12 tracks of unreleased on LP from 3 different radio sessions. So this is a double LP, I believe. Yeah, it's a 2-record set. We have 4 of the Sisters of Mercy. The Skeletal Family, we have 3 copies of this. This is their singles 83 to 85, first ever vinyl release of this death rock and goth masterpiece. Skeletal Family of the UK. So bringing out some pretty obscure and hard to find things. Hopefully the glare isn't killing you on everything I'm showing in the camera. Slightly Stupid and Friends. I noticed some of the friends playing with them on this include Bob Weir of Grateful Dead as well, Ian Neville, the Nevilles, Carl Denson, Don Carlos. This is a live 2011, live at Roberto's Studios, and this is a 4-record set, I think. Yes, it is a 4-record set, and we have 2 of those. I like that it's like a box set, but it's like a book box set. Small Faces, this has a signed postcard by Kenny Jones as well, so it's got a really cool little piece of memorabilia from the band. This is their complete greatest hits on red, white, and blue mod vinyl. I like how they call it mod vinyl. British band, red, white, and blue. All Decca singles and immediate singles remastered for this release. Very cool that you get a little signed postcard from him. And we have 1, 2, 3 of those. Smoke Dizza? What do you think? Smoke Dizza, yeah, Smoke Dizza. Let's go with that. This is the Rugby Thompson, produced by Harry Fraud, and this is on smoke color vinyl, of course. We have 6 of those. Ooh, see, here's a cool one too, some Soen. Soen, S-O-E-N, Swedish, yeah. Swedish metal group, kind of proggy, kind of new metal, kind of all over the place, but very cool. I definitely get some 90s and 2000s metal vibes and some proggy vibes. This is the Undiscovered Lotus. I think it was 2019 release, made in France, but their stuff's pretty hard to get on vinyl. So very cool to see that release coming to Record Store Day. We have 3 of those. Check them out, S-O-E-N, Soen, especially if you're into, like, I don't know, Tool and Devin Townsend, stuff like that. It's hard to compare everyone to different artists, but it's cool to find new artists too. And that's what I love about Record Store Day. I'm definitely finding new artists every time we do Record Store Day. This is Candy Staten, Trouble, Heartaches, and Sadness, rare cuts from the Fame sessions. So these were recorded with the famous Muscle Shoals studio also, which people from that studio played on, oh my God, so many things. Allman Brothers to Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, like all sorts of great things. This one is on first time on vinyl, and we only have 5 of that. Lauren, do you even know about this? You know? Okay, St. Paul and the Broken Bones performing Half the City live at the Avondale Brewing Company. Was that at a brewing company when we saw them too? I think it was in Indiana. Mm-hmm. Wow, what a great, this is a modern soul group from Alabama, I believe. Kicking soul. Their live show was just so fun, so dancing, so great.
They only had CDs on a burned CD.
That's before they, yeah, he's right. We saw them before they were even
they
officially,
had
they mentioned
CDs.
that they had gotten signed at the time.
Yeah.
But their album wasn't fully out. Did we get their burned CD?
Yeah.
Good, I hope so.
Yeah.
So we saw them quite a few years ago when they were just kind of breaking through. This band is amazing. Just a screaming soul band, just so cool. I remember the singer, you know, he really has this kind of like, he's wearing a little like a vintage thrift store suit coat and stuff, and he was just doing that James Brown thing, almost like screaming in the mic and sweating on his suit coat and everything else. The whole band was cool. So check them out if you haven't. Live is the way to get them for sure. Their albums are great too. We have 4 of that one. Cat Stevens, Harold and Maude. I don't know. I'm not sure on the history of this, if this had been released ever on vinyl, but this has some of the greatest Cat Stevens songs. Of course, Tea for the Tillerman, Where Do the Children Play, Trouble, just a bunch of great Cat Stevens songs, but it's on different color vinyl. There is, and it does mention, there's some orange and some yellow vinyl. We have 14 of that songs from the original movie, Harold and Maude. Maybe I should throw a couple in soundtracks. We put it under Cat Stevens for now, though, so just so you know, that's where it is. We're trying to give you a lowdown of where everything is so it's easy for you to find when you get here. Lindsey Sterling, Lose You Now, we have 2 of those. Donna Summer, classic Bad Girls. This is 2 LP, isn't it? Yeah, on red and blue vinyl, so it definitely kind of matches the cover of the album. Classic album, of course. We have 2 of those. Sweet, sorry, I'm a lefty, I'm trying to show this to you. Platinum Rare, this is 2000 on silver vinyl, 2,000 copies. We only have 1 copy here, though. So this is Sweet, Platinum Rare, great kind of power pop rock band. Swollen Members, Greatest Hits. There is 2 of those. Oh, this is another release. Oh, I had an open copy I wanted to show you. This is like splatter, clear, green, and, or no. Let me get it right. So this is the Tad Inhaler, great 90s, like really heavy grunge classic. This is on tan, black, and red swirl. They're calling it the Mutt Mix. Obviously, there's some mutts on the cover, the doggies there. Super funny that they call it that. But seriously, this is just an awesome album. Anybody who's into early Seattle grunge and all that heavier stuff like that, this album's a must-have. Very expensive, I believe. It has been released. 90s stuff, you know, it's very hard to get. Luckily, lots of it's getting reissued, so I'll pump this to you if you're into grunge. That's why we also lucky enough to get a bunch of them. Some other stores may not have known how good that is. We have 11 of those. Tattoo, what another kind of a strange release coming out here. A lot of people have been looking forward to this. This was a 2001 release. Never thought I would see this on vinyl. And it is on Coke bottle clear vinyl with a poster. Oh, Lauren's got her eyes are wide open. You better beat her in for it. So we have 7 of those. Am I missing something over there? No, those are W's. Ultravox, 40th anniversary. Great kind of new wave-ish band. half-speed mastering, so high quality. Oh my god. Stephen Wilson, loved that dude. Oh wow, Stephen Wilson of Porcupine Tree actually mastered this. He's been remastering like Jethro Tull and Gentle Giant and all kinds of stuff. But sidetrack, sorry. So Ultravox Vienna, great album. We have 3 of those. The Waterboys, How Long Will I Love You, 1 of those. War, we have 3 of these box sets. Really cool box set. Each one is on different color vinyl. This is several albums from War. All Day Music, World is a Ghetto, Deliver the Word, Why Can't We Be Friends. It looks like there's 5 albums. Each one on different color vinyl. 3 box sets. Wax Poetic, featuring Nora Jones, Jesse Murphy, tons of different artists. This is just another really cool release, cool compilated release. 1 of those. Barney Weiland. See, I gotta remember the stories on some of these. I know there's so many releases coming in. I kind of forgot. This is the deluxe box set, Les Notes Bleu. This is newly remastered from analog tapes, includes a comic book, and just a really kind of interesting jazzy piece. I'm trying to remember what year it was originally recorded, but we'll find out the info on that later. That is Barney Weiland box set. We have 3 of those. Oh, so many good releases. Amy Winehouse, here's another one that surprised me. This is her Remixes album, and this is a double LP. What color is this vinyl, Lauren? Blue and yellow? One record is blue, one is yellow. But there's no hype sticker telling you that, but it is on color vinyl. Love to see her chilling here with the record player. I love this too, to see her stack of CDs and records there. Obviously in those years, she was about the same age as me. We had stacks of CDs like that, and if you just moved into an apartment, didn't have shelving or anything yet, you just stacked your CDs till they fell over or got broken. It sucked, but that's what we did. So these are a lot of really great remixes, some stuff I've never heard before. Hot Chip did the Rehab mix. Oh god, so many different people. There's a Harmonic 33 mix of Stronger Than Me. Tears on Their Own, the Al Usher. So many good remixes on here. Just so cool to hear her songs and hear them kind of put to beats and just how timeless they are and how they can be reworked in so many ways too. Just a great voice. Obviously some great songs. We have quite a few of those. 4, 6, 8, 12, 16 of those. Okay, this is my last release and we're getting to soundtracks. This is the Walton Mazelewski Quintet. Live Polka. Gosh, are they Swedish? I forgot. Also, well, I'm just going to say European right now, I forgot. But they look like they're a cool, swinging, crazy, awesome polka band. I don't know much about them, but I trust that Record Store Day helped bring us some great releases. When we ordered this, there was only 1 of these. It was quite limited, I believe. I think it's like an EP, but it's about the length of a full album. It's over 40 minutes long. Looks cool, though. I'll just give you a close-up of them. Looks like a show I would want to be at. Based on the cover alone, I would get that. That'd be the coolest polka album in my collection. Here's a great soundtrack. This is the James Horner soundtrack from Aliens, and it is on Acid Blood yellow and green vinyl. If you know the movie Aliens, which is the second one, I guess, sorry. Anyway, so this is the 35th anniversary of this soundtrack. Horror movie soundtracks are a specialty here in the store. They do go quick when we get them. But we have 6 of those. Another soundtrack. I'm just pulling out every record that I wish I could get. Il Bandito d'Agu Ochi. This is a French film, correct? Called The Blue-Eyed Bandit is what it translates to. But this is music by Ennio Morricone. So very, very cool, very well known for his westerns and some other stuff like that. His movie scores and movie soundtracks are amazing. This had better be, yes it is. It is on blue vinyl for The Blue-Eyed Bandit. This is kind of like one of those lost soundtracks. I think it's taken from the original master tapes. So cool to see that. Really great music. I actually YouTubed it to listen to some of it to find out a little more about it. I had never heard of that movie. We have 5 of those. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind soundtrack. We have 3 of those. First time on orange mix color vinyl. Lauren's mind is blowing up over here. She's also seeing so many records that she wants. Kudos to Record Store Day for freaking us out. We already have a crap load of records and there's so many more we want to add to our collection. So I hope you feel the same way. We have 3 of those. Harold Budd doing the music from the HBO series. I know this much is true. This is a 2-record set on clear vinyl, and we have 2 of those. Is this... I want to say that. Italian Stallion? Is this kind of like a disco funk kind of thing? Oh, we'll have to find out later. I don't remember. I don't have notes. I roll live with all my videos, by the way. I think this was like a porn soundtrack or something like that. The Italian Stallion. So it's another kind of rare, obscure one. And we have 2 of those. I should also tell you, we usually do our weekly videos, Vinyl Happy Hour on YouTube. We used to run them live on our Facebook and Instagram. So if you've been missing out on them, please go to the Culture Shock Clothing and Records YouTube and find Vinyl Happy Hour, because every week we bring you a few of the new releases and highlights from the week. This is just my special video kind of showing off the Record Store Day releases. But we do videos every week. They're not this long, I swear to God. 3 LP of the complete Matrix motion picture score on green vinyl. Only one of those.
Here,
What's
Italian Stallion.
What?
It was music inspired by Rocky and other compositions.
Oh, sorry, that label had done some other stuff. So this was music inspired by Rocky, by Sylvester Stallone, the Italian Stallion. Okay, thank you. So I was a little off on the first thing. But anyway, some interesting soundtracks. This one, too, so many good songs on this one, too. This is the Ocean's 11, and is on roulette wheel. So are the roulette wheels red and black? I think they are. Maybe red and white. So it's probably red and black. Roulette wheel, color vinyl, though. And there's only 2,500 copies. We were able to get 3 of them. Home Alone. No, I'm kidding. People Under the Stairs. A lot of people say this horror movie, People Under the Stairs. There's so many things that were done in Home Alone 2, actually. Unrelated, sorry. Just Google it or something. There's a lot of things that happened, though, in this movie that were pretty much replicated in Home Alone 2. But it's funny. So this horror movie, probably the first ever vinyl release. Yes, it is. To the terrifying score to Wes Craven's classic. It is on color vinyl, gatefold packaging with liner notes. We only have 2 of those. So that was our soundtracks. They're all alphabetized by the name of the movie. Then we only have a few compilations to get to really quick. Behind the Dikes. This is more beat, blues, and psychedelic nuggets from the lowlands of the Netherlands. This is some more of this kind of like obscure psychedelic nuggets from the Netherlands area. 3,000 copies were on pink and green vinyl. We only have 1 of those. Brown Acid, 10 heavy hits, kind of more obscure, kind of psych and metal and rock stuff. 1 of those. That's actually Brown Acid Volume 10. This is Get It, heavy funk and classic soul. We have some heavy funk and classic breaks on that. 2 record set. We have 2 of those. Ooh, very cool release. This is Volume 2. We actually still have some of Volume 1 over here, so please check this out. This is called Songs for You, a compilation spotlight on black artists and benefiting black-owned record stores. So this actually helps benefit some of our black-owned brothers and sisters who own other mom-and-pop record stores who are part of Record Store Day, and you're also seeing this compilation, so these artists probably donated this music to this compilation. We also have Volume 1. This one, though, I mean, God, Tank and the Bangas, Run the Jewels, Summer Walker, Pop Smoke, Kemo, Otis Redding. So, tons of great artists on here. Very cool compilation for a very low price, also benefiting people, so that's a really cool work they put together. We still have Volume 1 left. And Studio One Soul, the original, some of the most recognized originators of Jamaican-style reggae and ska music. Really cool compilations. They have a huge vault of music. So Studio One has done a lot of 7-inch singles, a lot of LPs, a lot of compilations. That is it for Drop 2, guys. So please check out our Record Store Day at Culture Shock this Saturday, July 17th. We'll be open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and we're at 2239 Charles Street here in Rockford, Illinois. If you either can't make it in or don't live here, don't worry. Anything we still have left available from Drop 1 and Drop 2, the final drop, it will be on our website at cultureshockshop.com. Our headlines or whatever, our profile links, will have that going to our website for you to make it very easy. Also, if you missed anything in this video or need more info, or I can share a link with you, shoot us a message, leave us a comment, anything like that, and we will be responding to them in a very timely manner.
Actually, let's do some Q&A right now.
Please, yeah. Was there some Q&A? Was there any questions or comments right now?
Explain if you were coming to Record Store Day for the first time, what you do.
Yes, so when you get here, we are going to stop you at the front door. We're going to keep it so there's a limited amount of people in the store, so it's easy to look through and get to what you want. But the line, if there is a line, moves so quick because we've got everything so organized. Once you come in, you can get up to 6 of the Record Store Day releases. We cannot hold them, and you can only buy 1 of each release. But you can go through the line if you want more than 6. What else do you want to mention?
Any questions from anyone watching about if we missed something? Just shoot your questions in the chat right now. Someone asked, how many copies of Lamb of God?
Lamb of God, we have 4 of As the Houses Burn from Lamb of God.
And then someone asked...
And we are also going to have the Drop 1 releases here, too.
Can we bring fold-up chairs for the line? Absolutely.
Yeah. We will have chairs outside for some, but not very many. So, yeah, you're welcome to bring your own folding chair, fold-up chair, especially if you're getting here early to wait in line. Bring a chair. That's totally cool. We'll let you jump back and put it up if you want before we open. Get your spot back in line.
How many Thai elephants?
Only 1. That's a kind of a strange release. We did only get 1 of the Thai elephant orchestra. That's the thing. I think there's about 1,000 stores who are part of Record Store Day. So some of these releases, we are lucky to get the amounts that we do get.
How many of the Beastie Boys and Pearl Jam?
Oh God, a lot. Beastie Boys, 14 copies. Pearl Jam Alive, 42 copies of the vinyl and 10 copies of the cassette.
How do you know so much? You're like an encyclopedia.
Someone
asked that.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks. I mean, it's because I eat, live, and breathe music. Honestly, I love researching these. I love listening to music. Also, Record Store Day gives us a lot of great information about these records. Like I said, some of them don't really tell you much when you just pick it up. You got to take it home and listen to it. But the Record Store Day website and our website, cultureshockshop.com, even though this says unavailable when you go there right now, it's because we can't sell them ahead of time, but there is a blurb about each record and more about them too. I just try to soak it all in, honestly. Plus, I'm doing what you guys are doing, believe it or not. I am researching and scoping out these records because I want to know which ones I want to buy for myself, honestly.
Savor Barbecue.
Who?
Savor Barbecue.
Savory Barbecue?
Savor,
excuse me. Savor Barbecue, we will have our friend's food truck here. It's a huge trailer, actually, I should say. They will be here from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., so if you want to sleep in or come back or get here at lunchtime, a lot of you do, that's a busy time, please come hungry. Support our local food truck who will be here. They're doing all kinds of amazing, probably Polish sausages again. Of course, their barbecue and pulled pork is the way to go for sure. Oh, mac and cheese too, I can't forget that.
Remind us how many of the DG album you got?
15.
Okay.
The DGs, and we actually did put it in the Fs under Foo Fighters, but it's titled as the DGs, which is the Foo Fighters alternate image of the Bee Gees, I guess.
Czarface, you got that one right?
Czarface, 10 of those. That's the LP that comes with the comic book. Czarface Noir.
Someone got logged out so they didn't missed it, but did you get any of the R. Stevie Moore?
Only 1.
1?
We only have 1 of that release, yeah.
And then Strays with Rabies?
From Earth Gang, we have 3 of that.
Okay. Someone said restrooms outside. No.
Restrooms will be inside the store.
Yeah, but if we're in the building, we'll let you in to use the restroom if you need to.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other questions, guys?
And if you don't have a question now, we will be checking our comments.
Studio One Soul.
On the LP, yeah, we only have 1 of that one. That's in the very back of this compilation section.
Yeah. So just leave your questions in the direct messages on
Yellow
Facebook or
vinyl.
Instagram, and we will answer any questions as soon as we can throughout the next 48 hours.
We will. We
24
will be keeping
hours.
up with it.
Right.
And then again, we're doing some $15 mystery bags. We're doing buy one, get one half price used records. I could do a whole video. There is a ton of new releases that are just as amazing almost as the Record Store Day releases. I mean, the White Stripe 7-inch. I mean, Almost Famous soundtrack just came out. Space Jam soundtrack on color vinyl. Different version of that. The Anthrax 3-inch records. There's a ton of new releases in our regular... This is our overflow side of the store, believe it or not. This is just where we're setting up to do Record Store Day. Our record store up front is packed full of new and used records as well. And we're going to be putting some stuff outside. Oh, we do have some new records that'll be half price. I forgot to mention. There is a few crates of brand new records that we're doing half price just for Record Store Day. So please check that out. And if you have any questions or comments, we'll be checking back and getting back to you on that. But thanks for watching the Culture Shock Record Store Day Rundown. I try to be as quick but informative as possible, telling you how many we got of each one. I need to remember to bring a drink when I do this. Thank you so much, guys. We love you all, and can't wait to see you Saturday here at Culture Shock for Record Store Day Drop 2. Whew, I have to move a couple of these records while I'm thinking about it.